I'm Kitty, and this podcast is mine, Missing, Murdered, Unidentified in New England. I cover cases from the New England states of Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Each episode takes place over the month of each year between January 2010 and December 2020, and based on sources, some episodes will be long and others will be short, as these cases don't generally have much information available. All of the research, scripting, opinions, and mistakes herein are my own, and I will offer updates and corrections when possible. I do not trigger warn for wounds, as they are a necessary part of the narrative. I will trigger warn for such topics as suicide, animal death, domestic violence, etc. as needed. Now with that, please listen in as I tell you about April 2014. April 4th, 2014. Joel Leon was a Milton, Massachusetts resident, and his mom, B. Pinero, worked at City Feed in Jamaica Plain. It is this caring employer that set up a donation fund when Joel was found shot to death at the young age of 19 at West 5th Street in Dorchester, Massachusetts at 7:56 p.m. on April 9th, 2014. Joel was transported to Boston Medical Center where he was pronounced deceased. There is no other information available. Please call 1-800-494-TIPS with any information. April 12, 2014. 36-year-old Oscar Sanlos-Chavez was repeatedly stabbed at 282 Border Street in East Boston, Massachusetts on April 12, 2014. Oscar was discovered deceased at the scene at 7 a.m. Please call 1-800-494-TIPS with any information. April 14, 2014. James Luther Mason was a 45-year-old father of two, Sheena and Jasmaya, and grandfather of one grandson, DeAndre, and was a brother to 5 brothers and sisters, Rhonda, Renee, Sabrina, Jamila, and Jamal. James was described as a very loving person who took medication for depression and was someone who stayed to himself most of the time, which was pretty easy to do since James lived alone in his Roxbury Warren Gardens apartment. Unfortunately, due to the location of the Warren Gardens apartment projects, the streets in the surrounding area are less than desirable to walk alone at night. James had been out for a walk and was unfortunately discovered on the sidewalk. It is unknown for how long James was prone on the ground on the evening of April 14th, 2014, but someone had shot James several times, leaving him for dead. James is interred at Mount Hope Cemetery, and his memory is kept alive at the Garden of Peace. The Garden of Peace is the Massachusetts Memorial to Victims of Homicide, a place where families, friends, and the larger community may remember and honor the lives of those taken by violence. It's an enduring reminder of the impact of violence and a visual testament of the need to eliminate it. At the same time, the garden serves as a symbol of hope, peace, and renewal. If you have any information on the murder of James, please call 1-800-494-TIPS. If you have any questions, complaints, or concerns about the podcast you encountered here today, please message me at minepodcast@gmail.com. That's mine with 2 M's, 2 I's, 1 N, 1 E at gmail.com. And thank you so much for listening. Later, y'all.